Alright, so when we're working with counter conditioning, we want to have something that he doesn't normally get for like treats. That's why we're using treats today over the regular dog treats. I want it to be something where he's like, wow, this is really great. Every time these people come in, a cat's here, good things come out. So again, this counter conditioning becomes not his choice. It's a subconscious change, physiological change when he sees something that he doesn't like.
Gotcha.
Get this fan off here. And then, so to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to start by something called charging the marker. So the clicker is going to be the marker. And basically I'm going to click, and then I'm going to give him a treat. Click, treat, until I say click, he's kind of looking at my hand. That tells me he's been conditioned to understand what click means, which we've done this with him before. So let me take him for a moment, if you don't mind. Go on, okay. So what's important here, when we're clicking, we're not reaching for the treat or making any movement towards the treat other than until after I do the click. Okay? So it's, yes, very good boy. So click and then I move to even reach the treat if you have the pouch on. Good boy, good job. The reason for this is later what's going to happen is we're going to use this click as a marker. So he's going to see a new person, which is the trigger that makes him freak out, or a cat. See the new person, see the trigger, then we click and then give him a treat. I don't want him to see the person and we go start reaching for our bag and then click, because we want the person to be the predictor of the treat, not the me reaching for it. Okay?
Gotcha.
So that way we're conditioning that and not me reaching for the bag. Hey, good. It works obviously really well when he's not looking at you. Hey, good. Good boy. Somebody walk by right now. Perfect timing. Good. Here you go. All right, come on. Again, I just wanted to know what this means. That's the first step. Einstein. Hey, look here, bud. Hey, sit. Give him a basic command here. Good. Yes, very good boy. Good job. I'm just forcing his attention upon me. Yes, good. His ears are kind of flicking when I click, so he might have it. But I'm waiting for his eyes to look. You might not be able to see it from there, but good. His eyes to look at my hand or for him to turn his head. So he's a little anxious, so this might not condition as quickly as we'd like. Treat's still dropping. But it's important that we have that reaction that, where's it at, type situation, okay? Good. There we go. He looked at my hand right away. I'll try to turn so you can see that. Hey, look here, sit. Good boy. Hey, good. He was touching off me. Yes, very good. There, we didn't have one. Yes, there we go. That right there, if you saw that. He goes, hey, I get this. You want me to look at you. And it's not a conscious thing. It's subconscious that we're going for. I want him thinking, oh, hey, when you click, there's a treat coming. He's excited. I want that anticipation building up. There's a treat coming, all right? So, now that we have that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Tiff come out. I'm going to have her come around to the front. And she's going to basically appear in the doorway or come in. And every time she appears, we're going to click and then treat. The steps that we're going through are going to be, she appears, click, treat. She appears, click, treat. Eventually, you're going to see he's conditioned, or a good sign that he's conditioned is that he'll see her and he'll look to us right away. Hey, she's here. And that's what we're going for. I want him to say, hey, she's here. Where's that treat? Get excited rather than, oh my gosh, I'm so anxious because she's here. And maybe bark or growl. Once he's good with her, then she's going to start bringing a cat in. So we'll do the same exact thing, okay? And we do it with dogs or whatever else. It works the same for all of them. So let me grab her real quickly.
Okay. Made a better choice over these last couple of days.
Good.
Every time he goes to go after the cats,
Boy. Okay.
and I say, he stops and he comes back to me.
Okay. Okay. And that's the conscious choice. I want to change the subconscious as well, so he's not even, he don't have to say, with that thing there. So what I like to do is probably just go behind there for like 10 seconds and then come back, okay? Just open the door just like that, okay? Okay. So now, from over here, I'm just kind of stand on late because I don't have enough hands here. As soon as he notices her, is when I'm going to click. He's got to notice her first. Good. Good boy. And that's even through the door because she was coming, he could see her essentially, even though she came in. I'm pushing her into the door because I know he can handle that. We just saw that. If he couldn't do that, I just have her appear into the visual, so where you can see her. Good. And I was a little late there. It's a good example of what not to, because I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you're fine.
The click still works at that point, but the better your timing is, the quicker, the quicker this is going to work. So as soon as I see that he sees her, we click, treat, and then we start it over. What's important here is we're going fast for the sake of time for you. It will work. You have to have perfect timing. I want you to make 30 to 40 seconds between each rep, like this right here. Good. So as soon as she's gone, I want 1, 2, start counting when she's completely out of view. 30 seconds at least. That's on that sheet I'm going to give you here. And then you'll do another repetition, and then you'll do another repetition. Good boy. And what's important here is I'm not changing what she's doing right now. It's very important. We're going to do the same thing over and over. Once he gets to that point where he can handle that, then we'll start adding criteria, like making her do something else that might set him off. I want to work on one thing at a time, which is the presence of the God that could potentially come in and hurt him in his mind. The other important thing is no matter what he does, I don't care how bad he is, if he bites the person, we'll still click and treat. Now that's unlikely. We're setting up where that can't happen. But when you're classical conditioning, good boy, good job. He has to get to treat every single time, no matter what, or this isn't going to work very well. So I don't care if he's whining or barking. I'm clicking anyway. You're thinking, hey, you're rewarding him for clicking. Technically, probably, yeah. I mean, yes, we are. But over time, he's going to realize that he gets rewarded whether he whines or not. There's going to be a time in there where he doesn't whine, and he gets a click, and he's like, oh, I get it even if I don't whine. He might stop like this. Maybe that was it right there. And so I get some more cheese here. Good. As soon as he notices her, you saw I click there, even though he was over here. I waited for him to turn around and see her. Now wait a little bit. Go back to where it was here. But making it up.
Hey, at least he's after the treats today.
Yes, good. Yeah, he does like them today. All right, Tim. This time I want you to come in and just shut the door and stand right in front of there, if you would, please. Go ahead. And we'll do this each time you come in, if you don't mind.
I see.
Oh, that's fine.
Get your steps in today.
Yeah. So now he's doing okay here. I'm hiding criteria. I'm kind of pushing for you to see where I want you to start at. Coming to the door is no problem. He's not really reacting. He did it once or twice. There. Good boy. Good job. He did that once or twice, and then he kind of got over it. So again, I always want to use the trigger as whatever the triggers in the brow get aggressive. That's what we want to recondition. So first it was just her appearing. Now I'm going to see if this is going to be a trigger, her coming all the way in. I don't think it is. And then we'll move on to a cat. Good boy, good job, very good. Just hang on a moment if you would. Something you can add to it. This is called open bar technique. Not that that matters to you, but while she's in here, he continually gets the good stuff. It's another method.
As long as he can see her.
Exactly, as long as he's noticing her. But what the idea is, he's like, gosh, when she's here, I just need to get an endless flow of treats here. And I want to make it very clear that as soon as she leaves, they shut off, okay? So I'm going to let Tiff walk out. So it's very rhythmic, about every half second or every second. The reason being is that I want him in his mindset, in this, or him to understand, we're in this rhythm. I get a treat, I wait, I get a treat, I wait, I get a treat. Hey, she left, I didn't get a treat. It makes it very clear what's causing him to get the treat. You don't have to be so perfect on that, but it will speed your time up that it takes. Good. All right. So this time, he's doing okay. I might be approaching just like you would a normally aggressive dog. Just see how he reacts to you. This is not part of the training. This is a test. He doesn't really care. All right. Good boy. Good job. So what you want to do is find a way we can set it up where we bring the cat in from out of view. And I don't, even if he knows it's there, you hear it and smell it, that can hurt you. So I want it preferably outside, or like through that door would be great too. You can go in that room. You can go in that, or you can go behind that door, come out with the cat, appear, and then disappear. Basically holds the cat still. So she'll hold the cat for now. If he's not acting aggressively, then I'll start pushing that threshold. Kind of, we're finding this threshold of what sets him off with the cat, and then use that as our trigger. So anytime we're working with counter conditioning, it's always trigger first, and then the click. Okay. Trigger first, click, treat. Good boy. This is pretty par.
He's mad at me.
No, he's never had a collar on, so he's gonna learn how to do this, I guess. Good. It happens to be just a cat presence. So I'm gonna have you do the same thing. Why don't you pick him up? Can you just clear him out the door? So I'm just doing the open bar technique while they're here. That's all you see. Open bar technique, and then it stops when they're gone. I'm gonna get some more treats here. We're gonna do the exact same thing that we did before. She's not gonna come in because that might be a little too much. Go ahead. There we go. Alright. Good. And that stops.
Poor cats must be used to being used for this.
Yeah, they he was raised as a dog, so he likes dogs. I'm gonna walk up to him, even cat of dogs, like, whoa, what's this? Good job, very good. Very good.
Well, maybe that's what he needs, the cat to beat on his ass a little bit.
Yeah, it could be. I'll see how it goes here. I mean, if you get out in the same way, I can tell you what's acceptable, what's non-acceptable behavior.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is again, counter conditioning is not the operant conditioning. The operant conditioning is basically, in layman's terms, to say, hey, I'm choosing not to attack that because I don't want to or shouldn't. Versus the classical conditioning here is, I'm not doing it because I can't help myself. It just feels so good when these cats appear. If that makes sense, okay?
It's such a good day when the cats show up. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have her stay in this time. Okay, why don't you come on in here for a second? I'm gonna open bar stuff here. Good boy. So we're a little close here. I'm gonna back him up because he's not paying attention here. It's ridiculous that 3 feet makes a difference.
But it does.
Good. Good. Good job. So all these great things happen. If he likes play, you can play with him. He likes scratches, he's scratching. I mean, all these good things happen when this cat's here. Alright, take him out. He doesn't know. Look at good. Good job, very good. I'm only petting him funny because my hands are covered in cheese.
No, I get it.
That's good. Alright. So I'm gonna have you hold him a moment. Just wipe my hand down here and then we'll get going. Good boy. Good job. You can stay here now.
Oh, okay. You put it away.
No, I just got cheese on my hands. Did you pop that? You want me on the floor now? Thank you. So now I want to kind of move more to this is beyond the conditioning. This is going to be improper introductions. And to start out, we're just starting here where he can see the cat and basically realizes, oh, I can't get to it. He's really excited. And you notice his energy level came up when the cat came in. So we're going to know if this doesn't work, we're not here. And that cat's not leaving but coming. So this is behavior kind of state here. Right? There we go. Calm down. Good job. So now we're switching over to that kind of operant conditioning is I should choose to do the right thing. We're looking for boredom here. I want him to kind of like look at it and go anywhere, calm down, etc. You want to introduce me.
You might be waiting a bit already.
Yeah. He's coming out already. So this is going to be on the film probably, but I just want to test him over here where he's comfortable.
Hi, kiddo.
He's obviously not comfortable.
Wait, buddy.
I'm trying to keep, if you can see here, I'm trying to keep the pressure off the lead, which is scary for us because you're this close. If I let pressure off, he can eat that cat. In that case, just back up 2-3 inches. I don't want that constant pressure on his throat. He feels anxiety, and he's like, it's like a hold me back, like, you got me, hold back, I gotta get him, and you let go. He's like, yes, I'm free, and it charges him to go and attack.
Do you want me over there so you can get this on video for her?
Yeah, if you could. You want to just go to the corner, that'd be fine.
I know.
And so Dart's not real happy with this whole leash thing. It's not the dog on cats, he's normally pretty good.
Yeah.
It's this whole leash thing he's never been on, so.
Okay, cats aren't meant to be on a leash.
Right, yeah, he's just never been on one. So again, I'm looking for this boredom. Now he's looking pretty curious. He's not running at it. He's just like, hey, what's that? He's not trying to eat him. He's not lunging. Tail's pretty relaxed. He doesn't have it tucked. It's not straight in the air like I want to kill it, chase it, eat it. He's just kind of intrigued. So I'm going to let him kind of go at his own pace. There, he's bored. That's good. That means he's no longer interested in like getting after his cat right away. We've got Dart tethered because he cannot, Dart's cat, so he cannot run off. You see, he does tolerate dogs really well. So I got pressure on him. I'm gonna let that off. Good. Okay, come on. He's like, don't touch me.
Kind of dog, don't smell it,
Let him get a smell, check him out. And then what happens is that both of their anxiety kind of goes up. They're like, oh, hey, you're a little too close. I don't like this. It's tense. So I separate him for a few seconds, just kind of let it go away, calm down. 5-10 seconds here. And then we'll do it again. And I want to go for longer and longer exposure, but basically it's like meet and greet, nose to nose, nose to tail, whatever, and then we get out of there. And then just a second or so. And then we move to meet and greet 3 to 5 seconds, and then we get out of there. And then maybe 15 seconds or 10, just depending on however things are going. If you think he's on the verge of getting aggressive, the cat's on the verge of freaking out, we just separate him. There's nothing wrong with breaking that time structure. We'll kind of do this again. He's real curious, he's kind of avoiding it.
Yeah.
I don't like this. Be careful, he might get you when he's traumatized. Not traumatized, but scared. Can you say hello? Yeah, it's better, huh? Same leash pressure thing works with cats. You take that pressure off, you calm down actually. So he's fighting it. So. Well, this is ideal. I mean, he's not interested. He doesn't really care. He's like, well, you're over there, and he's getting a little bit more interested. But he is avoiding. He's kind of arcing out. If you didn't see that from where you're sitting, they kind of arc away.
Well, I wonder if that one little swipe, I wonder if my cat got him good, so he was like, oh shit.
Yeah, and that might have been it. He's just like, hey, don't do it. It's really soft. Yeah, the paw coming at you would be scary. So, thank you, Tim. That's all we need for, I think. This is not really where I want you to work on so much yet. First, I want to do that counter conditioning. I don't know why he attacked me. We don't know why he
No,
bit
we
this
just
cat.
because we were asleep.
Right, and so I want him, and maybe the cat was messing with him, maybe his tail was wagging, the cat was playing with him, who knows? But obviously he has a problem with the cat. So I want him to understand when he sees that cat, first of all, or the cat meows like he said, I want to counter condition that first. So now he has positive associations with the cat, good, positive in the sense of good. Like, hey, I love this cat. Hey, cheese comes out when this cat's here. We did see that a little bit when the cat appeared. He did growl a couple times, get a little bit owly. So that tells me that the presence of the cat makes him a little nervous already. Plus, maybe you weren't there, Dad left, and it's probably the
And the
perfect
cats
storm.
are never upstairs.
Exactly.
Cat upstairs.
It's just the perfect stressful storm for him, perfect environment for him to react. He's like, I don't know what to do, and the cat probably brushed him. He's he freaked out. Is it probably an accident in the sense of the cat bumped into him or whatever, or just scared him, and he reacted because he was already on edge.
Yeah.
So what
You
I'll
should have just come back to bed, you dumbass.
what I'll do, don't pull it. Don't pull. Come on. Good. All right. What I'll do is I'll put this video together, and I'll see if I can find some other stuff for you as well, and then you can see exactly how we do this. Here's the document printed for you. So I'm going to go through this with you real briefly. I'll let you have that one. I've got a couple copies.
Okay.
And just so if you have questions, you can let me know. Sometimes these are not very clear. So classical condition is largely subconscious. I don't want to mix that with classical or operant conditioning. Like, hey, would you do this, please? If you do this, I'll give you a treat. No, it's you're always getting a treat when that cat comes. Not, hey.
It's like
I'm not saying, hey, look here, Whether he looks or not, click treat, just like you saw. You'll see it in the video. Excuse me. Number 2, the trigger must come first. I love that. That's the exact same way I say it. Hey, whatever sets him off, that aggression or his anxiety, even if you don't get a growl, I want that to come first. Here, it was a person approaching and then a cat approaching. As soon as you see that, then we click. But it has to come first. It's not click, then they see him, I want to make sure that's clear. Use the clicker, obviously, that's in there. It says you can use yes as well. I really want you using a clicker for this. That clicker's a nice sharp
basically,
tone.
I just need to keep it by the door and put it on when I get home.
Yeah.
From now on.
I want you to set up this environment in practice, but yes, that's what I would do. Keep it on your pocket if you can.
Whenever they meow or whenever he sees them or whatever, just do it.
Yeah, it's gotta be, the thing about that though is it's gotta be within like a second or two.
Yeah.
If it's, so you wanna set up that environment. If he's meowing and getting aggressive with him, I want him separated until you can practice in that environment. And basically, you're gonna sit on the couch like you're doing with him on the lead, with the clicker ready, doing your own thing. When you hear him meow, boom, you have to be ready for it, so pay attention for that. Because every time that you have a meow without that click treat, you're setting yourself back. You're telling him that counter conditioning doesn't work. Like I said, regardless of what he's doing, if he's interested or not, or if he wants to eat them, if you're not clicking every time they do the trigger, which happens to be the meow here, then the counter conditioning is going to take longer. It may not work. You may have to start over or back up a little bit. Okay? Next, give enough time between reps. So at least 30 seconds here is what he says. That's exactly what I say. Start with low intensity. So you notice I had him back here. You weren't here last time I did Fabian, but we started clear over there, and we did it there. I got him closer and closer. So I want to find that level, preferably where he's not reacting aggressively. So let's say we know he acts aggressively anywhere when somebody approaches. I'm going to take him as far back as I can, just so he feels comfortable, okay? And if you find that he's reactive here, like we did with the cat, he doesn't pay attention to the treatment, so more or less, but let's say he's reactive growling here, and he doesn't hear, practice there. The fewer times you click with him doing the bad behavior, the whining or growling, the quicker this will work as well.
Sure.
So I said you may ask that question, what if he's whining or growling, lunging, and I click, or he bites the cat and I click, am I rewarding? Technically, yes. That's why I want to back him up to that point where he's not going to fail or doing a bad behavior, so it's going to be quicker as well. Either way, it'll work. It'll be a heck of a lot quicker if I can get him over there not growling, not lunging, not biting, okay? So let's start with low intensity. I use a high value reward, something he doesn't normally get. So you can even go better than cheese, like we used to. Ham, turkey, hot dog, anything he doesn't normally get. If you get it like when you're done eating, you normally give him a handful of food or some treats like that. Get something even better. Okay. Anything you can think that he might like. There's something at least he's never had, maybe bacon or cut up hot dogs or something like that. Steak even.
Okay.
That's how you make the 100% association. That's number 7 here. And this is exactly what I said earlier. It says make sure to provide reinforcement at each presentation of the trigger. If you are multitasking, you can use special treats just for counter conditioning. And what that is, like if I'm asking stay calm, use your regular old training treats, and the cat pops up and meows, you're gonna click right away and then give him some hand turkey, the good one.
Okay.
Okay? Don't mix counter conditioning and operant conditioning. Don't require the dog to do something such as look at you. And that's why I said earlier, whether or not he was looking at me, I still looking the treat. If he didn't take it, that's okay. He could see that, hey, you're gonna give me that. And when he didn't take it, that tells me I have too much energy here. That's why I had to back him up. Exactly, okay. So we're not saying, hey, there's a dog, now look at me, here's a treat. There's a cat, now look at me, no, it's the catch, click. I mean, always, okay? The cat is the only warning or the only predictor of the treat. Again, not even my arm reaching.
Gotcha.
Separate triggers. So what that means is essentially he has people and he has cats as triggers. I separated those. First we did the people, he got over her and realized, okay, she's okay. Then I did the cat. I didn't have her come with the cat because it'll take a lot longer for him to figure out that, each one of them individually, he probably won't unless you do individually, but that they're also good. He'll only see them together. That's good. Dogs don't generalize well, so that's what's going on there. Again, use it quicker. It's got the once or twice. Yeah, it's very important. It's a unique noise, as it says here. It is sharp. It overcomes that whining right there. He can hear it over that. If I go yes, he might not hear me. Or good. He'll hear that. Whoa, I've never heard that for anything but a treat. So that's what we're going there. So yeah.
So our cats are scared of them.
Okay.
Can I bring them up in the cat carrier?
Yeah, that'd be
To do
ideal.
this?
That'd be
Okay.
ideal. That actually might set up your
Because that'll
environment.
protect them a little better as well.
Yeah, they'll be 100% protected. They're probably more likely to whine because they don't get in the cat carrier very often. They're like, hey, let me out of here. So you might get more meows, so you can get lots of practice. Yeah, set up your environment, to be beneficial.
Successful, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, so what I was thinking is, we have a bathroom that's straight across from our bedroom, and both of those have doors. So if I have him sitting right by the door of the bedroom and Dave is opening the door where the cat is that?
Yep,
that
exactly. That'd be perfect.
Okay.
Having somebody to help is a godsend. Like, you just saw that. It was easier. I could do this, but I have to tie the cat up out there. I have to walk to the point where he can see the cat click or open the door. You can do it.
Yeah.
In this environment, you probably can't see on the camera, but I have a banister over here we can tie the dog to or a cat to. And what we can do is, put something up a block like that, visual block, step out around, click, treat, step back. We can move the dog too.
Gotcha.
I don't like to move the dog if I don't have to. Because the dog, that way the dog's not focused on walking and all these other things and following the rules, sitting, like what am I supposed to do? He's focused solely on what sets him off, and he's kind of in his mind is figuring out what's going on.
Yeah.
If you have to move the dog, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're by yourself. Do it outside. Tie something to a tree, a cat to a tree, a dog, around the corner of the house, boom, tree, or bush line or whatever. Okay. Just with people coming around a bush line, coming up to the door, you can just open the door. Or in this scenario here, if you close these blinds, I can have him right here, and they come out just approach here, right there, click, treat, and leave. So it's the same thing. You don't have to keep opening and closing the door if you don't want to. Just find whatever his trigger is and use that. If it's just the principle, hey, I'm here.
A lot of times it's the doorbell.
Okay. Same thing with the doorbell. Works the exact same way. Doorbell,
So
click,
they
treat.
stand out there.
Doorbell, click, treat. Yeah, and just burn it out. Do a whole bunch of them. I say burn it out. That's not the right term.
I know what you mean.
Doorbell, click, treat. Wait 30 seconds. Doorbell, click, treat. And eventually she's gonna say, doorbell, where's my treat? That's what we're going for. Okay. Questions on that?
So.
That sheet is a bit redundant.
It's just worth it.
Yeah. That sheet's a bit redundant. I know the trainer, he does great work. He's one of the best in the world, actually. He leads this international dog training organization. He's very redundant there. I didn't read through it thoroughly, but everything in there is good. Yep, it's all good. So do this as often as possible. If he's going to be around the trigger, I don't want him around the trigger unless you.
When we're not home, he needs to be kept.
I kennel him, yeah, in a different room where the cats can get to. Okay. And not only when you're not home, when you're not working with him, he needs to be somewhere else. I mean, he could be like in the back bedroom or something like that, or the cats are locked downstairs or in the room
Yeah,
or
we put a
something.
baby gate up so
Okay.
the cats won't go
Yeah, because every single time you have the production of a cat or a cat meow and you don't click, you set yourself backward.
Yeah.
And there's no substitute for that. I wish there were. So what we have to do is we have to make it perfect.
Sitting at home.
And this is what I was talking about exactly. It's a lifestyle change. It's hard work. Basically, yeah, he's in that kennel with the cats. The cats would be in that room. They're not coming up to the kennel either. You know what I mean? Every single time until you get a hold of this. Now you do this a couple days, you're gonna see it happen very quickly. 2-3 times a day would be ideal. 5-10 minutes is all you need. Okay. Any other questions on that?
No.
Okay, there's lots there. I know. That's why I'm sending you these videos. So we're making this video. But again, the most important thing is anytime a stimulus is present, click treat every single time, no matter what's going on. Even if you randomly attack, click treat. Not that that's ideal, obviously, and that's probably surpassing our problem. But anytime you now click treat, if you can't do it, put them in the basement, put them in another room. That's the biggest thing to prevent you from going backward. All right, shut these off.